passes you by in the darkest hour. Sometimes you have to hold on to yourself so tightly. You feel as though if you let go, you may never be whole again. Trust in the balance you feel with those surrounding you, that you allow into your world, into your energy, into your space. This field you have created is sacred. It's individual, personalized almost. Now hold on to those near. Hold them close. Hold them close.
Magic's in the air, feel it everywhere. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? And the joy that's in my heart makes me feel a part of this feeling. Can you feel it? We grow, we know. I feel it when we hear it and it shows we flow. Healing and we're feeling in this flow we go. Healing and we're feeling in this flow we go. We grow, we know. I feel it when we hear it and it shows we flow. Healing and we're feeling in this flow we go. Healing and we're feeling in this flow we go.
This woman prays through her pain, sings through her fears, finds wisdom in the midst of her tears. For she has worked for the people, marched for the rights, fought for her freedom and survived. Rejected, accepted, dismissed and worshipped. She loves with the body, mind and soul. She's worth more than gold. Her passion is formed as solid as stone. Now she's on the road to where she belongs. Magic in the air, feel it everywhere. She's a queen on the throne.
Magic's in the air, feel it everywhere. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? And the joy that's in my heart makes me feel a part of this feeling. Can you feel it? We grow, we know. I feel it when we hear it and it shows we flow. Healing and we're feeling in this flow we go. Healing and we're feeling in this flow we go. We grow, we know. I feel it when we hear it and it shows we flow. Healing and we're feeling in this flow we go. Healing and we're feeling in this flow we go. Magic's in the air.
Say the magic's in the air.
Feel it everywhere.
Can you feel it everywhere?
Magic's in the air.
Said your magic's in, your magic's in.
Feel it everywhere.
You can feel it everywhere.
Magic's in the air.
Said your magic.
Feel it everywhere.
You can feel it everywhere.
Magic's in the air.
Said your magic.
Feel it everywhere.
Everywhere.
Magic's in the air.
This woman prays through her pain, sings through her fears, finds wisdom in the midst of her tears. For she has worked for the people, marched for the rights, fought for her freedom and survived. Rejected, accepted, dismissed and worshipped. She loves with the body, mind and soul. She's worth more than gold. Her passion is formed as solid as stone. Now she's on the road to where she belongs. Magic in the air, feel it everywhere. She's a queen on the throne.
that's in my heart makes me feel a part of this feeling.
Okay, so we had to jiggle things around a little bit, but this lot are definitely worth the wait. I think we should give them a round of applause. But I definitely have some questions. Okay, let's launch in. The first question is, how does it feel to be performing again? Yeah, and just so that, because I know a lot of people in the audience know you all, but some don't. So before you answer, just say, I am, and give us your name, yeah? So who wants to start first?
Hi, I'm Pam. How does it feel to be performing again? There are two sides to that. My body says, what the hell? But actually my spirit, my soul, everything else about me is it's just sheer joy. So I found sheer joy in the last 5 weeks. That's how it feels.
Fantastic.
You'll have to excuse me because I'm not one for public speaking, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been emotional, it's been spiritual, it's been uniting. It's been wonderful, and I think all of us have had ups and downs, and we've supported each other through it. It's been a real journey. It's not just felt like a project. It's felt much deeper than that. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm Bulla, and I have not danced for 10 years before Sharon called me, and my knees said no. Both knees. And I had to strap them, I had to warm them up. I finished half of a deep eat, and lots of tiger balm, and lots of Mica, and but I enjoyed every moment of it.
Hi, my name is Dawn. I echo everything that my colleagues have said, but in addition to that, it's been fulfilling. It really has filled my cup. It has been, as Pam said, joyful and, fulfilling.
Hi, I'm Joanne. I've got a really good relationship now with Nurofen. No, a really good relationship. And I had to time when I took the Nurofen and paracetamol, because if it didn't kick in rehearsals, then I'd had it. But it's been painful. It's been a joy. It has lifted my spirits in ways that I never thought it would. I work with dancers and I see them and it's beautiful, but actually being back on stage has been, I guess, a piece of the puzzle that I didn't know was missing.
Yeah, looking at you, Sharon.
It's been
Watson.
scary. Oh my goodness, but absolutely the right thing to have done. And I think it came at the right time. Sometimes they say that moments that are serendipitous kind of do the job for you. I never knew I needed it. And as a result of that, I've discovered and found new things within this process. And it's not a project. There's been a lot of other things going on, up, down, in the middle, in between, back, front, you name it, it's happened. But actually, the last 5 minutes just now has been one of the most satisfying experiences I've had in a long time, being on stage with these ladies.
Yay. Yay. Okay, so actually, it's good that you have the mic, because I'm going to start this next one with you. So, there were a lot of things I'm sure you all felt that came through from that performance, yeah? There was definitely joy, but there was definitely struggle. And so I'd be really interested to know what the themes were that you used to create this piece of work. And even though you're named as the choreographer, it is really clear from those of us who've been following you on social media that that you have worked this as a company. So can you tell us a little bit about how you started off with those themes and where they took you?
Yeah, absolutely. You gave me the brief. And
Oh, yeah.
And the brief was, we want joy, we want celebration. And I spoke to the ladies and I said, we're going to dance joy and we're going to dance celebration. And they said, yeah, we're going to do that anyway, but what we're going to do? And I won't steal their thunder, but it was a conversation that says, well, what do we feel? We are women of a certain age. What's useful to us? What do we want? What do we have in common? And what's happening in our lives today? And believe me, we went on a journey. It was mega. And I think there are others that would answer that much more succinctly than I will, in terms of what we put into the pot together and what we were generous with, because not everything belonged to everybody. And how we shared that journey and how we offered over was really critical to this journey. So I think if there's others that would...
So who wants to chime in with the process, how the themes fed the process, and be brave? Tell us some places that you went to.
Well, a lot of that was task-related. So there were some small tasks looking at what we wanted to bring to the process. Some of it was created as solos, and we learnt each other's material, and it grew and developed from that, especially the final section where we all danced in unison for a great deal of that section. There were other parts where the music was our influence. Stella, thank you, Stella. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. She, for the opening section, one day she brought a score into the studio, and it just moved us. We just started dancing. And the way we started dancing just reminded, I remember that it was Sharon, myself, Seline, and Pam in the studio at that point. And we just began to improvise, and suddenly we started moving in a particular way that was familiar to us all. And that went back to our Graham training. I don't know if some of you may or may not be familiar with that movement style, but Martha Graham was a 20th century choreographer, and that she created a form of moving called the Graham technique, and that was the technique that we all trained in, but it's really deeply embedded within us, and it's just started to come out. And we were twisting and we were spiraling and tripling across the floor, and suddenly movement sequences came out that was reminiscent of where we had come from, our training.
So I'm just going to jump in because you mentioned Stella, yeah, and I know that when I spoke to Sharon and we were like, oh, the music, it needs to be original, and Sharon was like, I know who I want to work with, yeah. So. Stella, how did you approach this commission? How did you approach it? Can someone get Stella? Yeah, thank you.
Well, anytime Sharon rings me or texts me and says, would you like to, I don't even finish reading the text. It's like, I just reply yes, because it's always an honor to work with Sharon and her team. So for me, I guess the beginning was really finding out about the dancers, what music they like to hear, and the music that they were influenced by, and also as younger dancers, what they used to dance to. And so everyone brought a piece of music. We set up a WhatsApp group, and we were just firing off all these ideas. And so we had a lot of conversations around the songs, and then we talked about our lives and the things we're going through. And I think Bola brought up something where, well, you can elaborate more on this, but Bola likes to swim in freezing cold lakes. And so she can tell you about that journey. But I was really interested to kind of feel that musically. And so Bola gave us a video of her actually being in this cold, ice-cold lake. And she was breaking the ice. and she recorded herself doing it. So I took the audio from that, and I don't know if you noticed one of the pieces, you could hear the ice breaking and the breathing. I think Pam was saying how that was like a fear for her, being trapped under the ice. So for me as a composer, I kind of broke the ice, and I utilized the breath of breaking free. So yeah, I just really inspired. It was a journey. I'm glad I went on the journey with them for 5 weeks, because there's nothing worse than being at home and just getting notes, and being in the space and feeling that energy and absorbing. It was a process for me, and so, you know, that's how I approached the work. Yeah.
Stella, you said 5 weeks. It was 2 hours of an evening over 5 weeks. It wasn't full days.
Yeah,
we had very little time to pull this together.
Yeah.
And most of that was spent warming up.
Yeah, exactly. So we only rehearsed 30 minutes each night, that's it.
Honesty, you're getting honesty, yeah? Real things. Okay, so you will have noticed that there were some items that came out with these dancers. So my final question, and in our museum we are building a collection of items because we believe that an item only has the meaning that we give it. So I want to ask, what were your items and what did they mean to you? Who wants to go first? Yeah, everybody's putting a mic at you, Joanne, because, your expression is, we need to hear.
My item was a picture of me and my dad. I met him when I was 31. He was a musician, and he never got to see me perform. And he's been past 5 years now, so I felt it was fitting for him to be here with me on this journey.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, and he was. Thank you.
Mine was an Afro pick and hair oil. For those of you who have Afro hair, will kind of recognize that sometimes we struggle. I certainly have had a journey with my own hair, and when I was about 15, 16, I first relaxed my hair, and I've had it relaxed for most of my life. And then during lockdown, just before lockdown, I started to grow it out, and I've been fighting with it ever since.
Natural hair life.
Mine was my dream journal, which I looked through probably for the first time in a long time, the very first parts of the beginning of the book, and it started 2009. And interestingly enough, it had a section in it about Sharon, which was really interesting.
She told me that 5 minutes ago.
So I thought, wow, that's ironic, isn't it? It's dreams that I like to log my dreams. I think they're valuable for me, and important events that happen, that have happened in my life. That was my important thing to bring.
Brilliant, thank you.
Mine is a ball gown. It goes back to about 1971, 72. It was bought by my mother for a dinner dance at the Astoria, for those that remember the Astoria. I think I must have been 5 or younger, but my sister told me the story that she remembers Mum buying the dress and it being too long and it needing to be turned up. So I've got it there with its turn up and everything the same way. Mum passed away 20 years ago, and both my parents are supportive, but Mum was particularly supportive of me dancing and performing. So when Sharon invited us to bring an item that meant something to us into the space, especially for this project, I brought my mum into the space really through that dress.
Thank you.
I'm from Madagascar, and the scarf I had, it's a very traditional scarf that we, when we pass away, we get wrapped in them. And for most people that come immigrate, from away from Madagascar, use them as a scarf. So that's one piece of Madagascar with me. That was
beautiful. Thank you.
And I had the bowl, the wooden bowl. Very often I find myself giving to others, making things happen. And somebody gave that to me and said that it reminded them of me, rounded, grounded, and brown.
Ooh, we love this person. Rounded, grounded, and brown. Yes, thank you. All right, so that's the end of this conversation, but listening to you talk about those items, it's not easy trying to build a museum in this here country, but it reminds me why we need one, because it's through these things that we tell our stories, so future generations can know what we did, how we did it, while we were here. Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing that. If you are okay, because I haven't asked any of you, we would like to photograph your items so that you have your own collection in the museum to remember this performance.
Thank you. Can I just mention, sorry, just want to say thank you to Misha Sofia for her voice. And sorry to cut in. Misha wrote the poem that you heard, she wrote that, and Phoenicia, that's not here as well. We've got Otis. I just want to salute the musicians involved. Sorry to cut you there.
No. And just to reassure you, I didn't forget, because I think you will agree with me that this performance was special because of the live music and the performance, yeah? It really made it special. It was haunting. So I wasn't out there in the audience with you. I was in the wings. And so I wasn't watching the dance. All I could do was hear. And it was so emotional, yeah? Just being in the wings, hearing that music. So what we've already asked to do, but you possibly don't know, is use the music as the background music for the podcast where people talk about their donations, yeah? So that music will also be in the museum, okay?